Great. So first things first, good morning, happy first day of school. This is a different way to start school, isn't it? But our learning is not going to change. We're still going to learn lots of things this year. This whole first week though, what we're going to do is we are going to practice using all the different things that we're going to use once we start our curriculum. So this week, just so you know, no curriculum this week. We're going to learn how to do our stuff. Okay. So with that being said, Zoom is new to all of us. And so we'll have to figure out what things work for us and what things don't. And if we find that something doesn't work for us, then we're going to change it. Okay. Because that's part of learning and growing is you change when something doesn't work. Give me a big thumbs up if you see let's learn about Zoom. Yay. Okay. So Mrs. Shade has been working on her Bitmoji skills. So we'll see if this works or not. All right, I just admitted. Good morning, Ryan. Can you hear me, Ryan? I think Ryan's still gaining audio. Right. Good morning, Ryan.
Hi.
Okay, so Ryan, down in the bottom left-hand corner, there's a mute button. I'm gonna have you mute yourself for right now, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to talk about let's learn to
she
Zoom.
Has control over the mute and all
So the very first thing,
why you
did
can't
you find
hear
that
her
mute
though.
button? Look in the very left-hand corner. Thank you for everybody else being patient. I appreciate it. If you just move your cursor over the Zoom screen, you should see mute in the very bottom corner on the left-hand side.
See Ms. Shade talking?
Yes.
Ryan, do you see where it's
I
at?
unmuted it, but why can't we hear her? Oh,
He
can you hear her?
Oh,
sorry.
It's okay. Okay. All right. So here's the Zoom features you need to know. First one is, of course, muting and unmuting, which we talked about already. Okay. You'll notice that there's stop video and start video. If you need to turn off your video for any reason, I'm okay with that. Okay. I do want to see your face first thing when we do greetings in the morning. But other than that, I'm okay if you need to turn your video off. Okay. It does help me to know what you're doing though. Like if you have questions, I of course can't see your hand raised if you have your video off, okay? You won't need to click the leave button. Mrs. Shade will kick all of you out when it's all said and done, okay? So the leave button, we'll leave that to Mrs. Shade. The raising the hand and the yes or no button, we'll talk about that too, and how to give reactions. Okay, next slide. And I'm going to share my screen here shortly so we can talk about where all those different things are at. Okay. So next slide. What? My slide's not one. There we go. So your microphone. We talked about this. I think I have my symbols backwards. I just realized it's oh no, I got it right. Green. And it says mute. That means that everybody can hear you. It's saying that if you want to mute, you can. Unmute means that you have, with a red slash, that means that nobody can hear you, which is what we did this morning, right? Because we all went to hear Mrs. Shade right now, but here and shortly, we're gonna do some activities where we need to unmute and hear each other. Okay, next thing. If I ask you something and you're having problems to unmute or I'm like, oh, I know that I'm going to call on Lila next, then I might click on Lila's screen on my screen and say, Lila, I want you to unmute yourself. And so then you can choose, do you want to stay muted or unmute myself? Which of course, if I'm asking you to, you should do what? You should unmute yourself, right? Starting and stopping your video, we talked about that. That if you need to stop your video for any reason, that's okay, okay? But again, I love to see your beautiful faces, so it helps if I can see you. and raising your hand. So there is a participants icon, and I'm going to see if I can stop sharing this screen and start sharing my screen. Let's see. I want to share this one. Oh, and Ryan, you're on my screen right this second. So you might, do you see me or do you see the Jadion? Will you unmute?
Yes,
Okay, do you see me or do you see how to raise your hand?
I see how to raise my hand.
Okay, so Mrs. Shea did something wrong. Let me try again. What did I do? See, learning experience for Mrs. Shade as well. I need my Zoom controls. Where'd they go? My Zoom controls disappeared off my screen. Thank you for being patient. Gallery view. Huh. Well. All right, well, I don't know what happened to my controllers, so I could show you, so I could start showing my screen again. They went away. Oh, there we go, stop share. Now, who do you see? Ryan, who do you see? Do you see Kinsey? Do you see me? You see me? Okay, I'm getting a head nod from Ryan. All right, so I'm going to, Thank you for being patient. Sorry, this is Mrs. Shade is learning. I practiced. You may not feel like I practiced right now, but this is us learning together. Okay. Oh, somebody's wanting to be admitted in. I cannot find my cursor. Mrs. Shade is trying. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to try to share my screen, the screen that I see. Try this. Now, what do you see? Addie, what do you see? Unmute and tell me.
The front page to where you get on.
Do you see everybody's face or do you see just my face?
I see your face.
Okay, just mine? Okay. Good morning, Cameron.
Good morning, Miss Shade.
Cameron, in the bottom left-hand side, there's going to be a mute button. I want you to mute yourself for right now, okay? All right. So, stop share. That didn't share what I wanted to share, so I guess I'll try something else.
I can't mute myself.
You can't mute yourself? Okay, I'm going to help you out then, okay? I will mute you for you. There we go. Okay, you're good now, Cameron. Okay, so we're gonna, well, since I can't share that screen, I'm gonna have to practice some more, won't I? Since I don't know how to do that, I'm going to put that on pause because I wanted to show you how to like raise your hand and stuff, but without me sharing my screen, I don't know how I'm going to do that. So we'll put that one on pause. We'll go back to our slideshow and I'll go on to the next one because I tested this out by myself and I guess I should have tested it out with a friend because I thought what I saw you guys could see. All right. Give me a big thumbs up if you can see how to use reactions. You see that? Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to table that one for today because obviously Mrs. Shade can't show her screen and I'm going to figure that out. Okay. So when class is over, there will be a leave button down in the bottom right-hand corner, but I'm actually just going to click everyone, or the meeting is over and everyone will be kicked out at the same time, okay? So there's that. Now, when, for those of you that have clicked into our Google Classroom, which I think if you're here this morning, that means you have done it, but there is this welcome to 4th grade. Give me a thumbs up if you went into my Bitmoji and saw this when you got there. If not, that's okay, you still have time, but I wanted to show you a little component about it. So when you click on this, it sends you to our open house, and if you click right here, it takes you to all the different information about our class, okay? One of the things that you will probably want to pay attention to is our schedule, okay?
Okay.
In our schedule, we have our morning meeting every morning, like we're doing today, okay? And we will do little activities, and I'll tell you what the day looks like. And not today, because we haven't started reading yet, but I will normally tell you what small reading group you will be in that day, okay? Today, we're all gonna just come back together all at the same time, just so we get in the habit of getting off of Zoom, or getting on Zoom, getting off of Zoom, getting back on Zoom, okay?
Okay.
But normally, what's going to happen is we're going to do morning meeting. If I'm in a small Zoom group with you, oops, my screen decided to change. If I'm in a small group, reading group with you, you will be working or you'll watch a reading lesson by yourself that I have already pre-recorded, okay? If you aren't, so that's if you aren't in the reading group. If you are in the reading group, of course, you'll be on Zoom with me, okay? But today, we're not going to split up. We're going to all just